What's good, YouTubers and YouTubettes? This is JBsports back again with another one. Got some final thoughts on Chance Crawford versus Kavaliauskas and Richard Commey versus Lopez. And first of all, the Crawford Kavaliauskas fight. As you know, I did a breakdown video of that fight, man, and it's just a couple of little things I want to add to this, man. I think Chance Crawford is going to have to put on a spectacular performance, man. You know, when you look at his last fight against Amir Khan, that fight left a lot of bad taste in people's mouths as far as the ending goes. You know, a lot of people felt that Amir Khan quit. A lot of people felt that, Chance Crawford hit him with some low blows and did some illegal, employed some illegal tactics to ultimately get the victory in that fight. So Chance Crawford's got to put on a spectacular performance, man. You know, he's one of the guys that you mentioned as the top dog in the welterweight division, along with Errol Spence, who's right now is not active right now. He's looking, he's going to be out for a little while now. Hopefully we'll be able to see him sometime in 2020, but right now he's not an active fighter. And you've got Shawn Porter, who put on a spectacular performance with Errol Spence in a fight that a lot of people thought he was going to get, smashed in. He actually outperformed expectations in a lot of people's eyes, and in some eyes even a lot of people thought he won that fight. So, this is going to be very, very important in the welterweight division for Chance Crawford to put on a spectacular performance, man. Because going into that Amir Khan fight, he had stopped Jose Benavidez in spectacular fashion. He had beat Jeff Horn, dominated him like no other opponent had dominated Jeff Horn. So he was coming off some real strong victories. But that Amir Khan fight, it's just the way it ended, and the things that were going on that led to the ending of that fight left left bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So Chance Crawford's gonna have to come out here and put on a spectacular performance. He can't struggle with Kavaliauskas. He's got to set the tempo. He's got to use the jab. He's got to use the right hand. I think he's got to go to the southpaw stance in this fight to take away Kavaliauskas' straight right hand, which is his best weapon. If he can go, if he can land some straight lefts out the southpaw stance, that'll make Kavaliauskas more hesitant to throw the right hand. So I think that's going to be key. I think Terence Crawford's got to go to the body, break him down, and ultimately stop Kavaliauskas. Kavaliauskas has never been stopped in his professional bout. He's never been stopped in a professional bout. So if Terence Crawford can get the stop against Kavaliauskas, I think it'll speak volumes as far as him doing that, because again, Kavaliauskas has never been stopped in a professional bout. So he's never been stopped. So it's gonna be very interesting, man. Kavaliauskas is very rugged, very strong. He's kind of reminds me of a more technical version of a Jeff Horn, man. Very physical, and he knows how to land that right hand, man. He knows how to implement his size advantage, his strength advantage on his opponent. But again, he's never been in with an opponent as versatile and as strong as Chance Crawford is. He fought Ray Robinson, who's can move like Chance Crawford can move, and he struggled. He struggled with him. He had a hard time cutting the ring off, and he actually fought Ray Robinson's style of fight. Even though I thought he won the fight because he landed the more harder, effective punches, he still fought the wrong fight. He didn't do a lot of things correctly in that fight. And like I mentioned, he didn't cut the ring off at all. He let Ray Robinson move around at will and let him escape through the side door in a lot of instances when he did have a chance to cut the ring off. He's going to do a better job with that, because if he allows Terence Crawford to kind of pick him up, to move around and control distance and control the pace and unable to cut the ring off, Terence Crawford will box circles around him. And then Terence Crawford, unlike Ray Robinson didn't do, is he'll start closing the distance. Once he softens you up with his technical skills, he'll start walking you down and start backing you up and looking to close the show, unlike Ray Robinson, who was just on his bicycle for 12 rounds. So that's just a few things I'm looking at in that fight. The Lopez Richard Commey fight is going to be very, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting matchup. We're going to see what happens with that fight, because it's a fight that's going to easily turn into a firefight, man. Commey is based on his last fight with Beltran, is he's in a seek and destroy type of mindset, man. He knows he's getting these big fights on TV, and he's looking to put on entertaining fights, man. And he came out way more aggressive in that fight than he did in previous fights. His other fights, he showed that he could box, fight off the back foot, and control distance, and show his technical skills. But in this fight with Beltran, it was an action-packed fight, man. It was low-key fight of the year candidate for this year, man. That Commey Beltran fight. So if he comes out in that mindset, man, he's gonna be leaving himself open to a lot of counters by Teofimo Lopez, who are guys that can is a very good counter puncher, very good combination puncher, can punch with you. Guy that's got power in both hands, a guy that's got very good footwork, good jab. He's got the Mayweather shoulder roll that he implements, and he can counter you off the Mayweather shoulder roll. And another thing he can do is when you think he's so athletic, man, he can be out of distance. You can gauge that, okay, he's out of distance. He's bouncing. He can't get to me from that distance, but he can jump in and jump out and close the distance at a quick rate. And if you're not ready for that, he can catch you with some shots, a la Manny Pacquiao. He did a good job of you think he out of range. He's bouncing, and then he jumps in range so quick with his quick footwork, and he's there to throw the straight left, and he stuns you with his shocking power. That's one thing Teofimo Lopez does. Like I said in another video, he's like a combination of Manny Pacquiao and a young Roy Jones Jr., man. Very athletic, does a lot of things that you can't prepare for. He throws punches from awkward angles. He can close the distance from distances that other fighters can't do. And you've got to be able to anticipate that. You got to be on your top of your P's and Q's, and you've got to be on guard at all times. If he's bouncing on the outside, you're thinking you can relax a little bit. That could be a fatal mistake. That's what Manny Pacquiao was able to knock out a lot of his opponents, or hurt a lot of his opponents when they kind of relaxed and thought that he was out of range, and he jumped in range and closed the distance and was able to stun them with his quick, shocking power. So we'll see what happens, man. Again, I like Kavaliauskas to get knocked out in the, I think I said the 10th round or the 9th round. No, the 9th round. I said the 9th round. 9th round TKO. 9th round stoppage for Errol Spence. I think he stops Kavaliauskas in the 9th round. And I got Teofimo Lopez stopping Richard Commey in the 5th round. I think either 5th or the 6th round, but I think it's the 5th round. I got him stopping him in the first half of the fight. I don't see this fight going to the second half of the fight. I think it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a fight of the year candidate, the Lopez-Commey fight, and I think it's going to be action-packed, man. As far as the opening fight, Michael Conlan versus Nicotani, whatever the guy's name is, this is a grudge match from the Olympics, man. I ain't got too much to say about Mike Conlan. He's a guy that they trying to sell over here because he's an Irishman. I think he's had fights on St. Patrick's Day. They'll probably be looking to set up another fight for him on St. Patrick's Day of 2020. So he's a guy they're looking to, showcase and promote, man, because he's got the complexion for the connection. So we'll see what happens, man. He should win that fight, man. He's shown as far as professional that he's a better fighter than Nicotani, and he should win. But you never know, man. Nicotani might have his number, man. He beat him in the amateurs. Controversially, he did. One of those fights, a lot of people thought Conlan won, but nevertheless, he's got 2 victories over in the amateurs. Maybe sometimes you have guys that's going to always give you problems, always give you trouble. Ali always had trouble with Norton. He had a much better career, but much better resume than Ken Norton, but Ken Norton arguably beat him in all 3 fights they fought. He won 2 out of 3, but you can make a case that he definitely won the first fight, Norton. A lot of people thought he won the second and third fight, was very close, especially the third fight. A lot of people thought he won that. So that might be the case with Mike Conlan in his fight that's tonight with Nicotani. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what transpires. This is JB Sports, the man, the myth, the legend. I holla.